Hello everyone, welcome to the second video on my channel. This one I learned how to speedrun on Bedrock Edition. And yeah, this video is gonna be my first solid run, well my first good run in the journey of learning to speedrun. And I'll just take you through all the things I learned, like, the whole process of it. And yeah, hope you guys will enjoy. Alright, the first thing I learned was that you're gonna want to look for a village as soon as you spawn in before doing anything else. I'm in this footage, you could see me just wandering for about 500 blocks, 800, no, like 1,000 blocks probably. Actually, no, probably more, but you could see me wandering in search of a village because a village just provides every resource you need. Once you've found your village, the process of looting it is always a little bit different based on which biome the village is in. But for the oak village, or well, a plains village, it's always really simple. Especially if you recognize all the different house types and what they give. Which obviously I don't, because I just went into a library. But the good thing about plains villages is there is really easy. You just go in, get a couple beds, and then you mine out any one of the houses. I'm still looking through like buildings that don't give anything because I don't know the loot tables for every house. The containments of every house. This house I just entered is a very important one. It's called the motel, and if you find one of these, you just loot it up and it has pretty much every resource you need. It has enough beds. It has a wood side to mine down and craft your tools, and the whole first floor is made of cobble, so you don't have to dig down. So yeah, I just loot up the motel, making my tools right now. I start off mining like 3 logs because that's all you need to get like a full set of 3 stone tools. So, the first 2 logs are for the pickaxe and the sticks, and then use the rest of the sticks to make a stone pickaxe. And then now that you have a stone pickaxe, it's just much easier to get stuff. Like you can make an axe and a shovel. I mean, not shovel, a sword with the rest of the stuff. So yeah, 3 logs is always just the fastest, it seems. In this, instead of making a sword, I made a hoe so that I can mine the hay bales faster. Just save some time on mining these. You won't usually need a crazy amount of hay bales, but I mine all the hay bales up anyways, because I have a hoe already, so it's not really gonna take much time. And yeah. And after mining the hay bales, the next step is just to kill the iron golem, which is really easy. Really easy. And the iron golem, once you kill it, you just use its iron to make a bucket. I mean, that's like common sense. I missed like 18 crits here. Oh my god. But anyway, yeah. I think it's because I made the tower too tall. If it was a 3 block, I would hit every crit. Oh, I got frustrated and started spam clicking it. But anyways, yeah, you kill the iron golem. You get enough iron to make a bucket guaranteed. And sometimes you get enough to make an iron sword too, which is usually the other thing you craft. And yeah, you get the bucket, fill it with water. But before I do that, I just mine up more of the motel because I needed wood, and I'm not sure if I don't know the exact amount of everything I should usually get for these runs, so I just grab a lot of extra wood because I don't want to run out. I think I actually might have grabbed too much extra wood. But regardless, after that I just go up to the crafting table and get my wheat crafted up. I always leave I craft as much wheat until I'm down to 1 hay bale, because hay bales are really good for clutching, especially once you're in the nether where water buckets don't work anymore. Hay bales are the next best thing. Now all that's left for me to do in this village really is organize my inventory and prepare to do the next step of the speedrun, which is called the spring strat. The spring strat is pretty much just a way of finding the stronghold before getting any eyes of ender or anything. Is taking advantage of the fact that strongholds generate under villages a lot of the time, and you usually have the highest chance of finding the stronghold if your coordinates are like around 1,000 blocks away from 0, 0. The whole thing is basically going to a predetermined position and then adding four to each coordinate. And yeah, that's what I do. For here, it's the predetermined position is behind the far tent and a little off the fence post, as you saw where I did it. And once you've calculated, and then once I added four, I'm digging down right now, and if you do it right, or well, if you get lucky, you hit the stronghold. Spring strats are really good because they just save the whole process of finding the stronghold, and it's just such a big time save, and it makes the whole rest of the run pretty easy. Here, I just navigate the stronghold. This baby zombie villager tries to fight me, but not a noob. I don't really know much about navigating the stronghold. I just run through random hallways and get lucky. I mean, I go towards the light part of the hallways because the portal room generates light. And yeah, that's it. I just find it really quickly. The reason for finding the portal room so soon is that it serves as a way to enter the nether too, because there's lots of lava all around the room. So, you get to go to the nether ASAP. Oh my god, I almost die. I didn't realize there's a silverfish there, actually. Alright, this next segment of the footage is AI generated. This was all AI generated. I did not almost die to this silverfish. Actually, I didn't almost die. I still had extra health. Thank goodness. But yeah, anyways, back to the main topic. There's so much lava around the portal room, it's really easy to build another portal. And obviously, you've already looted the village above, so you always have a water bucket. And yeah, it's just guaranteed nether entry. You already know how many eyes you need. And yeah. You also save the cost of finding the thing because you didn't use any eyes for it. So no breaking. Anyways, once the portal's done, all that's left for me is just to get set up with everything. I picked up an extra bed to make it my respawn point. And, the view set up. Once my bed's set up, I just always sort through my items and try to make sure my hotbar is as comfortable as I can make it. Also make sure to pour out my water because it's not really going to be useful in the nether. So yeah, then once it's poured out, I just light the portal. So usually I have to do wood light because it doesn't give me enough iron. But in this case, I had a flint and steel, so it was a quick light. And yeah, I was just hoping for a good spawn, and I got what I wished for and more, actually. I got the best spawn possible. Warp Force are really good, because Endermen give out Ender Pearls at a very good rate, and it's really easy to set up a killing thing. So yeah, here I'm just looking around, because I mean, I already have the Warp Forest available, so all I really need to do is find the fortress. Well, if I fight this Enderman, I'll just explain how I usually go about finding structures in the speedrun. Well, no, just in general. In the nether specifically. Because basically, the structure generation, I think, works around like something called quadrants, which is just sections, like large sections outside of like 0, 0, where if you go in the positive direction, there's another fortress in a quadrant of like 400 blocks around that, I believe. And then if you go in like negative positive, there's a bastion, and it just like interlocks, you know, or not interlocks. Sorry. It's just yeah. So pretty much you explore one direction, like positive as I'm doing right now, and once you see the structure there, you then flip the coordinate to negative positive or positive negative, depending on which is more convenient, and see the structure there. And yeah, here I get really lucky because the first quadrant I search has another fortress, and yeah, after I see it, I'm looking for a favorable spot to go kill blazes, and I see a couple strays. Now, the next bits of this footage are going to be really embarrassing for me because it takes a really long time to kill the blazes, sadly. I'd like to say that this was on, I believe, one of the first few days of me learning to speedrun. So I'm really inexperienced with the nether, and yeah, it really showed in the way I killed these blazes. I'll probably fast forward this, but yeah, pretty much I was just hiding behind the block to get the blazes to come close to me, so they would be really easy to kills. But yeah, hiding behind the blocks works really well because blazes fire based on LOS, it seems, with the fireballs, and so you just break their line of sight and they float towards you like idiots and are free kills. So yeah, I just try to lure blazes out because I was so paranoid of wither skeletons. Looking back on this footage, honestly, like I did this so slowly. It was like 7 minutes in the footage that I'm seeing of just me killing these blazes in the slowest way possible. So sad. Honestly, it's because it's my first nether fortress after a while, and the only other time I've really done a nether fortress is just in hardcore worlds where I went in like an idiot and died a lot. So yeah, this was just lingering, fear of dying and losing stuff. But honestly, it wouldn't have even been a big deal if I died because my portal wasn't far from here. So yeah, I shouldn't have been scared to go deeper into the fortress, and yeah, I should have looked for the spawner instead of just relying on strays, pretty much. Like, I don't know, I was really dumb and slow. And I lost even more time just running away from wither skeletons too much. The rest of this footage is just me killing more strays. I sped it up even more because, it's just more of the same. Just luring them towards me and then critting them out. And yeah, I get my blaze rods. And all that's left for me to do is go back by my portal to go kill the enderman really quickly. I'll keep the footage in double speed because, yeah, I'm just running back. That's just navigating. Once I get back around my portal, I just mine out the side in the part in the hill. Well, no, not the hill. Just this large area near it, because I felt like I would need a lot of building blocks, and I also wanted to have a wider, field of view to look out for Enderman. And it's just it's just the most common method of Enderman. Well, making an Enderman killing thing. Just make a 2-block high thing so they can't hit you back, and yeah, it takes me a while, but honestly, it's not my worst job of farming Enderman, because I had one where I built it on under a tree near a low ground area, and the Enderman just kept getting lost, and I lost so much time on that. it didn't really end up mattering because I had forgotten how to bridge and I fell into lava and lost the run anyways. But yeah, it was so frustrating. I honestly think like the nether's the riskiest part of the runs because it's just so easy to die and lose everything. And you know, it has the most hostile mobs. This has every risky section of the hunt of the run. Anyways, once I think I've gathered enough things. I just go through the portal. Oh yeah, I see these two Endermen, and I get ready to kill them. One drops me an eye. That's actually lucky because that was the last eye I would have needed. So yeah. Anyways, I craft up my Ender eyes and I enter. Well, not quite, because I have to set up my inventory for the last part of the actual last part of the run, which is the one cycle, which needs a projectile, 3 beds, blocks, and a weapon, and a water bucket, I believe. So yeah, I start setting up my hotbar for this. Yeah, I contemplated a lot. Alright, but you'll see me setting it up in a second. Oh wait, actually, what am I doing here? Oh, I'm setting up a chest just in case I die. Yeah, I was setting up a lot just in case I died. Obviously, because this was my first time getting this far into a run, to be honest. Every other run before this, in like the last 3 days, was just me getting to the nether, or me getting to the nether and dying, or me not hitting the springs. So yeah, this is the first time I've been this far into a run. So yeah, I'm just contemplating how to go about this. Actually, wait, I think the other issue I'm debating in my head is that I don't have a bow for the one cycle. I have arrows, but no bow. So yeah. I think I'm actually deliberating on my chat, like, how I should do this. Okay, I actually remember this. I think I just went into the nether to mine some blocks and also stall out because I wasn't sure what to do. Yeah, so yeah, I was just using the blocks as like a way to stall out, and while making it look like I'm doing something even slightly productive, but really I should just be finding a string. Actually, yeah, I believe there's like a library near the portal room of this run, so I could just go there and mine some cobwebs and then get sticks for string. Instead, I'm in the nether being an idiot and mining blocks and losing time. Every second of this is actually a time loss, by the way. Like, I mean, this was a really good seed, and honestly, pretty good run so far, but like, I played this run so badly. Like, it just shows in like every part of this run that I did that I have no real experience doing this. Especially because I'm mostly a PvP player. I've mostly only PvP'd, so I'm not that used to survival stuff. I'm knowledgeable, but I'm not like used to actually playing it. Yeah. What am I actually doing? Oh my god. This is so much time. Am I okay? I must be getting like extra stone to make a pickaxe, but like, yeah. Anyways, after all the time wasting, I finally come to my senses and grab some string for the bow. And yeah, now I'm finally gonna be ready to go into the fight the dragon. Go into the end and fight the dragon. So yeah. I have oh wait, I still gotta set up my hotbar actually, because I still haven't done that. What am I stalling for? Oh my... No, this is actually so frustrating watching back, because I'm stalling so much time out of this run. Like, it's just a slow speed ever. Oh, okay. Yeah. Holy. Like, I'm sorting my inventory, but like, there's not even any point in lining up the beds like that. I'm nitpicking now, actually. Alright, so I got the 3 beds are lined up next to each other so I could shuffle them. I have to do this whole inventory management, just like keeping in mind I'm on controller, so I can't hotkey to anything. So yeah, the beds have to be lined up, and the water bucket goes next to the blocks because that's part of the structure. And yeah, you'll see how the one cycle's built, and this top bar order will make a lot of sense. I still have to sort in the bow around. So, okay. Actually, no. I'll just explain it before I even go in. Basically, you build a couple blocks in the... What's it called? The portal. The portal back to the overworld. And then, once you've built that, you pour a piece of water. Well, no, water in, like, the far side. It's just like a thing so you could place it's setting up the beds, and you need to place the water in it to make sure the explosions don't break any of the blocks you place down. And then, so yeah, that's like the first thing, is building the frame, and then use an arrow to do a bug called a crit bug, and you shoot a projectile at the base of a dragon's neck to make it take extra damage. And then you use your sword or your weapon, whatever weapon it is, just to hit the dragon a certain predetermined amount of times, just to like do the max damage you can before the dragon flies off. And yeah, and once the dragon is like done taking the most damage it can get, you just cycle the beds, and yeah, then the dragon dies. As you can see, I'm just running around. I'm keeping my vision a little low, and then once the dragon perches, I go in. Every block is placed for a reason. These 3 blocks to prevent the water from flowing into you, and then that block near the thing is... Sorry, I'm not good at explaining this, but yeah. Anyways, I hit the bow shot, and I do the crits, and yeah, it's really simple. This was a good run. I was under 40 minutes actually. All I have to do is cycle the beds, or at least that's how it would be if I wasn't an idiot. As you can see by that scuff slow motion, I did not hit the 1 cycle. The structure I built was mostly correct, except I built it 1 block too low, because it had been like 3 days since I speedran, and I only just learned the 1 cycle a little bit ago. So yeah, this would have been the end of this run, which would have been under 40 minutes. But no, I'm a chud, and I missed, because I built the structure 1 block too low. As you can see, the actual cradling part on the side, the part of the side where you're like the block you used to place the beds on, it's 1 block too low, which means that the last bed didn't reach the dragon. The dragon will always fly off after like 2 bed. But yeah, it was a simple mistake, but it had some pretty bad effects. Here's what the rest of the run actually looked like for me after I did this. So yeah, that concludes the dying segment. It was like 30 minutes worth of me dying. You know, I won in the end, and I was just a little bit excited.
Buddy, bro. Fuck you! Bitch! Oh! You bloody bastard! Ah! Ah! Yo, I'm cutting this all out. I'm lying in my video. I beat this in 40 minutes. I don't give a shit. All of this is being cut out.
I don't know what that guy was talking about. I'm not cutting any of that out. That's a fucking like 3 minutes of me just dying over and over. Yeah, it was honestly really fun. His friend was early on, and I was very inexperienced and didn't know like 80% of the things. And I also messed up the one cycle, but you know, we beat it in the end. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and please tune into my Twitch because all of this is streamed, and I always make sure to rechat. So yeah, please tune into my Twitch. It's linked in my channel, and goodbye. GG.